They crossed the line. What we just witnessed on Monday Night Raw wasn't just an attack, it was an assassination of everything CM Punk has built since his return to WWE. Bron Breakker and a mystery attacker just orchestrated the most heinous, the most calculated, the most disrespectful assault in recent WWE history, and if you think this was just another beatdown, you haven't been paying attention. This was personal. This was brutal. And the World Heavyweight Championship just got stolen right from under our noses. I'm absolutely livid right now, and if you're not, then you clearly don't understand what just went down. The Second City Saint, the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless CM Punk, was left lying in a pool of his own ambition while Bron Breakker stood over him with his championship. But here's what's got my blood boiling: who was that mystery man? Who had the audacity, the sheer disrespect, to help Breakker pull off this heist? Drop your theories in the comments right now, because we're about to dissect every single frame of this carnage, and trust me, what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. Let me set the stage for you, because this wasn't some random attack, this was premeditated warfare. CM Punk came out on Monday Night Raw, championship around his waist, that familiar confident smirk on his face, probably thinking he was about to cut another legendary promo that would trend worldwide. The Chicago crowd was electric, chanting his name like he was the second coming of wrestling greatness. Everything seemed normal, everything seemed under control, until it wasn't. The lights flickered, and let me tell you, when the lights flicker in WWE, you know something sinister is about to go down. Before Punk could even process what was happening, boom, Bron Breakker's music hit, but this wasn't the usual entrance. This wasn't the cocky, confident Breakker we've seen dominating the Intercontinental Championship scene. This was something different. This was calculated chaos. Breakker stormed down that ramp with a purpose, with an intensity we haven't seen since his NXT days when he was demolishing everyone in his path. But here's where it gets absolutely insane: he wasn't alone. As Punk turned to face Breakker, preparing for a confrontation, that's when the mystery man struck from behind. A devastating clothesline from hell that sent Punk crashing face first into the canvas. The crowd erupted in a mixture of shock and fury. You could hear the confusion, the disbelief, the absolute chaos in that arena. Who was this masked attacker? Why was he helping Bron Breakker? And more importantly, how long has this alliance been brewing behind the scenes? Now here's a question for you loyal Wrestling Juice insiders, comment below: what masked superstar do you think was under that hood? Was it a returning legend? A disgruntled ex-champion? Drop your wildest predictions, because this mystery is about to consume the entire WWE universe. The attack that followed wasn't just a beatdown, it was a statement. Bron Breakker and this mystery accomplice proceeded to absolutely annihilate CM Punk in ways that made even the most hardened WWE fans uncomfortable. We're talking steel chair shots that echoed through the arena like gunshots. We're talking a spear from Breakker that could have broken Punk in half. We're talking coordinated offense that looked like it had been rehearsed 1,000 times. But the most gut-wrenching moment, the moment that will be replayed on WWE programming for weeks, maybe months to come, was when Bron Breakker stood over a broken CM Punk, ripped that World Heavyweight Championship from around his waist, and held it high above his head while that mystery man stood guard. The symbolism was clear: this wasn't just about gold, this was about respect, about power, about sending a message that nobody is untouchable in WWE. Let's break down what this attack means for the landscape of Monday Night Raw. First and foremost, Bron Breakker just catapulted himself from Intercontinental Champion to legitimate World Heavyweight Championship contender in the most explosive way possible. For months, we've been saying that Breakker was ready for the main event scene, that he had the pedigree, the intensity, the raw power to compete with WWE's elite. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he just proved it in the most violent way imaginable. But this attack raises so many questions. Why now? What triggered Bron Breakker to make this move? Was he tired of being overlooked? Was he frustrated that CM Punk was getting all the spotlight while he was putting on absolute bangers defending the Intercontinental Championship week after week? Or is there something deeper going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Here's where my investigative journalism kicks in, and trust me, what I'm about to tell you is going to shock you. Sources backstage have been whispering about tension between CM Punk and several rising stars in WWE. Punk's outspoken nature, his tendency to speak his mind regardless of who it offends, has apparently rubbed some people the wrong way. Could Bron Breakker be the voice for all those frustrated superstars who feel like Punk is hogging the spotlight? And then there's the mystery man, the elephant in the room that nobody can stop talking about. Social media has been absolutely exploding with theories, and some of them are absolutely wild. Let me run through the most popular suspects and why each one makes sense, or doesn't make sense, based on what we witnessed tonight. Theory number 1: the mystery attacker is a returning WWE legend seeking revenge on CM Punk for past grievances. Think about all the bridges Punk has burned throughout his career. Think about all the controversial statements, all the pipe bombs, all the people he's called out over the years. Could this be someone from his past coming back to settle an old score? The size and build of the attacker suggests someone with serious credibility, someone who knows how to work in a WWE ring. Theory number 2, it's a current WWE superstar who's been overlooked and underutilized, someone who sees Punk's success as taking opportunities away from the younger generation. This theory holds weight because Bron Breakker represents that new guard, that next generation of WWE superstars. Maybe this mystery man shares that frustration, that hunger to prove he's just as good, if not better, than the returning veterans getting all the main event spots. Comment below, do you think the mystery attacker is someone from Punk's past or someone from the current roster? Your theories could be spot on. Theory number 3, and this is where it gets really interesting, what if the mystery man is someone Punk considered a friend or ally? What if this is the ultimate betrayal? WWE loves a good double cross, and imagine the heat, imagine the nuclear heat this would generate if the mystery man turns out to be someone Punk trusted. The emotional storytelling potential is off the charts. Let's analyze the actual mechanics of the attack because every detail matters in wrestling, and WWE plants seeds months before they blossom into full storylines. The way the mystery man attacked from behind suggests he knew exactly where to position himself, exactly when to strike. This wasn't opportunistic, this was planned with military precision. The coordination between Bron Breakker and the mystery attacker was flawless. They moved like a well-oiled machine, cutting off Punk's escape routes, anticipating his counterattacks, working together like they'd been a tag team for years. This level of synchronization doesn't happen overnight. This suggests they've been training together, plotting together, conspiring together for weeks, maybe months. Now let's talk about CM Punk's reaction, or should I say, his lack of ability to react. The attack was so sudden, so overwhelming, that Punk barely got any offense in. This is the same CM Punk who's outsmarted and outfought some of the greatest wrestlers in history. The same man who's talked his way out of impossible situations. But tonight, he was helpless. He was vulnerable. And that image of CM Punk laid out while his championship was being paraded around is going to haunt him. But here's what I know about CM Punk, this man doesn't take disrespect lightly. This man has made a career out of turning adversity into ammunition. Remember when everyone said he couldn't main event WrestleMania? He proved them wrong. Remember when they said his best days were behind him? He came back and won the World Heavyweight Championship. So what do you think happens when you attack him, embarrass him, and steal his championship on live television? Hell is coming. That's what happens. CM Punk is going to unleash a level of vengeance that will make his previous feuds look like playground squabbles. The question isn't if Punk will respond, it's how and when, and who's going to be left standing when the dust settles. Let me paint you a picture of what's likely going to happen in the coming weeks. First, we're going to get a CM Punk promo that will absolutely melt the internet. Punk at his most dangerous is Punk when he's been wronged, when he's got a legitimate grievance. His promos will be fire, they'll be personal, they'll cut deep into Bron Breakker and this mystery attacker until they regret ever putting their hands on him. Second, WWE is going to milk this mystery attacker angle for all it's worth. Expect vignettes, expect cryptic social media posts, expect red herrings and false leads. They're going to keep us guessing until the big reveal, and when it happens, it needs to be monumental. It needs to justify all this build-up. Third, we're looking at a potential triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship, or maybe even a fatal four-way if more superstars get involved in this chaos. WWE loves these complex storylines with multiple moving parts, and they've got all the pieces in place for something epic. Question for the comments section, what match type should WWE book to settle this war? Traditional singles match? Hell in a Cell? An elimination chamber? Let me know your dream booking. Let's dive deeper into Bron Breakker's psychology because this attack reveals so much about where his character is heading. Breakker has been on an absolute tear since moving to the main roster, defending his Intercontinental Championship with the ferocity of his legendary family members. But there's been this underlying frustration, this sense that he's ready for more but keeps getting held back. By aligning with a mystery attacker and targeting CM Punk, Breakker is essentially saying I'm done waiting my turn. I'm done being patient. I'm taking what's mine. This is the attitude of a future world champion, someone who's willing to bend or break the rules to achieve greatness. It's compelling character development, and it's going to make him one of the most hated heels in WWE or one of the most respected anti-heroes, depending on how WWE plays this. The Steiner family legacy looms large over Bron Breakker. His Uncle Scott and Father Rick were notorious for their intensity, their power, their willingness to do whatever it took to win championships. Is Bron simply following in their footsteps? Is this attack his way of embracing that Steiner DNA that says dominate or be dominated? Now let's address the elephant in the room, the World Heavyweight Championship itself. That title has been through wars recently. From Seth Rollins' epic run to Damian Priest's surprising championship reign, to CM Punk finally capturing the gold after his return. That championship represents the pinnacle of Monday Night Raw, and now it's at the center of the most chaotic storyline in recent memory. The fact that Bron Breakker physically stole the championship after the attack adds another layer of controversy. WWE rules are pretty clear, you don't become champion by theft. But in the court of public opinion, in the court of perception, Breakker just made himself look like the most dangerous man on Raw. He made a statement that championships aren't given, they're taken. This brings up an interesting point about WWE's booking philosophy. They're clearly building towards something huge, possibly at the next premium live event. The attack on Raw was just the opening salvo in what could be a months-long war between CM Punk, Bron Breakker, and whoever this mystery attacker turns out to be. Let me share some insider perspective on how these attacks are typically planned and executed. WWE's creative team, led by Triple H, has been masterful at creating these shocking moments that feel organic and spontaneous while being meticulously choreographed. Every camera angle, every reaction shot, every moment was designed to maximize impact and leave the WWE universe talking for days. The use of a mystery attacker is a classic wrestling trope that works every single time when executed properly. It creates instant intrigue, generates endless speculation, and keeps fans engaged between shows. WWE knows that in the age of social media, these mysteries become viral talking points that extend the show's reach far beyond the original broadcast. Comment challenge: describe in one word how you felt when you saw CM Punk get attacked. I'll like and reply to the best responses. Let's analyze CM Punk's likely strategic response to this attack. Punk is one of the smartest wrestlers in the business, both in terms of in-ring psychology and backstage politics. He's not going to just charge into a situation blindly. He's going to investigate, he's going to gather intelligence, and he's going to strike when his enemies least expect it. Expect Punk to use his promo skills to destroy Bron Breakker's credibility. He'll question whether Breakker is man enough to face him one-on-one or if he'll always need help. He'll dig into Breakker's insecurities, challenge his toughness, and make him prove that he belongs in the main event scene. Punk's verbal warfare is legendary, and Breakker is about to experience it firsthand. As for the mystery attacker, Punk is going to become a detective. He'll review footage, he'll question suspects, he'll eliminate possibilities until he uncovers the truth. This investigation could become a compelling ongoing storyline that keeps fans glued to their screens every Monday night. The championship situation creates fascinating booking possibilities. WWE could declare the title vacant and force Punk and Breakker to earn their way back into contention. They could book an immediate rematch with stipulations designed to prevent outside interference. Or they could go the chaotic route and have multiple superstars stake their claim, creating a multi-person match at the next premium live event. What about the locker room dynamics? How are other WWE superstars going to react to this attack? Some might see it as a cowardly assault that violates the unwritten rules of wrestling respect. Others might see it as Breakker making a bold statement that he's ready for the top spot. These conflicting viewpoints could create new alliances and rivalries that ripple throughout the entire Raw roster. There's also the question of authority figures and how WWE management will respond. Will Adam Pearce impose sanctions? Will there be suspensions or fines? Or will management take a hands-off approach and let this war play out organically? The authority figure's response can either add fuel to the fire or provide structure to the chaos. Let's not forget about the Intercontinental Championship that Bron Breakker still holds, or held, depending on WWE's decision. If Breakker is moving up to the World Heavyweight Championship scene, what happens to that prestigious mid-card title? Does he vacate it? Does he try to hold both titles? This creates additional storyline opportunities for other wrestlers to step up. The mystery man's identity is going to be the story until it's revealed. WWE social media will be flooded with clues, fan theories, and speculation. Podcasts will dedicate hours to discussing possibilities. Wrestling journalists will scramble for insider information. This is exactly the kind of engagement WWE wants, and they're going to stretch this mystery as long as possible. Theory time. I want you to go bold in the comments. Give me your most outrageous theory about who the mystery attacker is. Don't hold back, sometimes the craziest theories end up being right. Let's examine some historical parallels in WWE history. Remember when Seth Rollins betrayed the Shield? That shocking moment changed the trajectory of WWE for years. Or when Kevin Owens attacked Chris Jericho and destroyed their friendship? These betrayals and attacks become defining moments that fans remember forever. The Bron Breakker/Mystery Man attack on CM Punk has that same potential to be a watershed moment. The beauty of this angle is how it can branch off into multiple storylines. You've got the main event World Heavyweight Championship storyline with Punk and Breakker. You've got the mystery attacker revelation that could involve anyone on the roster. You've got potential tag team implications if Breakker and the Mystery Man continue working together. You've got opportunities for other wrestlers to get involved as allies or opportunists. This is storytelling gold. From a pure wrestling perspective, this attack sets up some potentially incredible matches. CM Punk vs. Bron Breakker would be a clash of styles, the technical mastery and psychological warfare of Punk against the raw power and intensity of Breakker. Add the Mystery Man into the mix, and you're looking at dream match possibilities that could main event any premium live event. The crowd reaction is going to be nuclear when these storylines continue to unfold. CM Punk has one of the most passionate fan bases in wrestling history. They're going to be rabidly supportive of his quest for revenge. Meanwhile, Bron Breakker is establishing himself as a legitimate heel or anti-hero that fans can really sink their teeth into hating or begrudgingly respecting. Let's talk about the long-term implications for CM Punk's legacy. He returned to WWE as a conquering hero, won the World Heavyweight Championship, and now faces one of his biggest challenges. How he responds to this attack, how he overcomes these odds, will define this chapter of his career. Will it be another legendary moment in the storied career of the best in the world? Time will tell. For Bron Breakker, this is his moment. This is his opportunity to prove he's not just another wrestler with a famous last name but a superstar in his own right. The eyes of the wrestling world are on him now. How he capitalizes on this momentum will determine whether he becomes the next big thing or just another guy who had a hot minute. The mystery attacker has the most interesting position of all. Whoever is under that mask is about to have their career transformed. If the reveal is done right, if the storyline plays out correctly, this person could become one of the most talked about wrestlers in WWE. The pressure is on to deliver when that mask comes off. WWE's booking team has to be careful not to rush this storyline. The temptation might be to reveal everything quickly, but the smart play is to let it breathe, let it develop, let the anticipation build to a fever pitch before pulling the trigger on major reveals in matches. Patience will pay dividends in fan investment and emotional payoff. Final question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how shocking was this attack? And what are you most excited to see happen next? Drop those numbers and predictions in the comments. The Monday Night Raw landscape has been forever changed. CM Punk is no longer the untouchable champion. Bron Breakker is no longer just the Intercontinental Champion waiting for his shot. The mystery attacker represents unknown chaos that could explode at any moment. Every week is going to be must-see television because we don't know what's going to happen next. This is the kind of storytelling that makes wrestling great. This is why we tune in every single week. This is why we invest emotionally in these characters and their journeys. The attack wasn't just a physical assault, it was an assault on the status quo, on predictability, on the comfortable order we thought existed in WWE. Make sure you're subscribed to Wrestling Juice Insider because we're going to be covering every single development in this storyline. We'll have breakdown videos, theory discussions, match analysis, and exclusive insights that you won't find anywhere else. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload because this story is moving fast. The war has just begun, Wrestling Juice family. CM Punk vs. Bron Breakker. The mystery of the masked attacker. Championship chaos. Alliances forming and crumbling. This is going to be epic, and we're going to be here for every single moment. Drop those comments, share this video with your wrestling friends, and let's break down every aspect of this incredible angle together. Who attacked CM Punk? What's going to happen next? How will Punk get his revenge? The answers are coming, and they're going to be explosive. Stay tuned to Wrestling Juice Insider, where we bring you the juice on everything WWE. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling Juice Insider family where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.